To get more updates on the situation and repatriation of Filipinos in Israel and Iran, we are joined now on Morning Matters by DMW Secretary Hans Leo Cacdac. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, Secretary Hans. Unang-una, we heard you flew to Jordan to be able to accompany the Filipinos who are exiting from Israel. Are you there right now?
No, I'm not yet. I'm set to fly tonight through Beirut and then Jordan. We are preparing 26 OFWs as the first batch to fly out of Jordan. And yes, they will go through land travel from Tel Aviv to Jordan and fly out from Amman.
How
Hopefully,
difficult? How difficult is that?
within this weekend, they will be in Amman and then fly out first thing after that to Manila, for Manila.
And how difficult is that land travel from Tel Aviv to Amman?
Well, there will be risks, of course, but it is the best option at this stage. It is the best route that we could take, and of course, we will be in Jordan. I will be in Jordan together with the DFA, together with our embassy, our ambassador, to receive the workers upon their crossing.
Okay. Can we get the latest on the numbers of Filipinos already asking for repatriation from Israel and who have been staying already in Jordan?
Yes, the latest figure that we have is 178. 178 requesting repatriation. But more so, we are also helping on site, in country, at least 67 OFWs who have been displaced. And we already have set up four temporary accommodation facilities, shelters. And I won't disclose the location for security purposes, but four shelters already established to accommodate those who have been displaced or needing shelter or needing temporary accommodation.
Okay. Secretary, is it correct that we have over 30,000 Filipinos in Israel? And this is, if you take a look at that number, at that size, the 178 is just a minuscule amount of workers who are asking for repatriation. So most of them prefer to stay?
Yes, it's around 178 and counting. It's growing day to day. Let me say that it was 85 before the Friday attack uh, by Israel on Iran, and since then it's been 100 in just a week. So we're looking at a pace that it will grow in the coming days. Of course, it is voluntary repatriation mode. We will go by the sound judgment of our OFWs as to whether or not they wish to come home. That is what voluntary means. So we will. I think the more important thing is not so much uh, how many choose to stay, but how we have helped those who wish to come home. I think that's the bigger question for us, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. Since day one, we have been assisting. We've set up a help desk, and we have been assisting those who had been displaced, as well as providing financial assistance, financial and basic needs assistance to those who have been distressed or need the help.
Okay. I wanted to get more information on the 67 Filipinos that you mentioned that have been displaced. They lost their homes. Ano po ang trabaho po nila? And when we
Yeah.
say displaced, I mean, doon po sila
Yes,
sa pinagtatrabahuhan po ba nila?
the displaced because of the missile attacks. Their buildings, the areas where they reside were hardest hit. There are six areas that we're watching over, and three of them appear to be the hardest hit, and this is where we're focusing right now. And we of course are providing the necessary assistance. And when we say somebody who is displaced, there are options for somebody who is displaced. One could choose to still stay with the employer, with his or her employer, because the employer could very well just move out or transfer to another location, or with friends. But of course, that caregiver, that worker or hotel worker can seek solace with the DMW. And as I said, we're running 4 shelters right now.
And when you say they could stay with their employer, marami po kasi, tama po ba ang caregiver
Yes,
na
about
Pilipino?
80%.
Mm,
80% of Filipinos are caregivers. And that could account for the reason why they choose to stay. It's the nature of their work, basically. Caregivers are, especially our caregivers, we have our own innate caring attitude as Filipinos, right? And caregivers more so. They are dedicated, they are loyal, they have emotional ties, emotional bonds to their elderly wards or patients. So that accounts pretty much for the reason why many choose to stay. Of course, there is the financial side, but we have addressed the financial side because we are providing 150,000 pesos for every Israeli OFW returnee. That amounts to around 2 months' salary, at least to stem the tide for this returning worker.
okay. How about those who have been injured by the missile attacks? So the latest number that we have is 7 Filipinos hurt in those missile strikes and 1 in critical condition. Kamusta na po yun?
Yes, the person under critical condition is still being observed, monitored by us. Of course, she is in a medical facility, so she is in the hands of medical experts. She underwent an operation the other day on her lungs, and it was a successful operation, but nevertheless, still not out of the woods, so to speak. So we are still monitoring her situation. The other one is fast recovering and will be out soon. Will be discharged from hospital soon.
Hindi naman ho nadagdagan yung bilang na yan.
Thus far, no, and we're thankful.
Okay.
Thus far, we're hoping and praying, of course, that the conflict will cease. But we stand ready to help those who will be affected or are continually affected.
Secretary, alam po natin that Israel is really prepared for these missile attacks. They have the Iron Dome system. But it does seem that some of the missiles have managed to penetrate through that defense system. How is it going? I mean, where do you see the security situation heading, given the how far this war has gone?
Well, I'm not a political security expert, but of course, it's apparent, right? The damage we're seeing is unprecedented on both sides, unfortunately. And again, we're hoping and praying. I still haven't mentioned Iran, which is mentioned in your report. So we're working closely with Ambassador Manalo. Far lower numbers in terms of OFWs in Iran. The embassy count is around 30. But at least 14 OFWs have sought help with the embassy in Tehran, and we're working closely with the DFA and Ambassador Roberto Manalo in terms of bringing those who wish to come home. So there is also a route that was mentioned in your report, but I don't want to highlight that so much for security reasons. But yes, there is a plan to bring home OFWs from Iran.
But do you see the situation getting worse? I mean, with the possibility of the United States getting dragged into the conflict, where do you think, I mean, with your assessment of the situation, are the numbers bound to get high?
Well, we're hoping and praying it won't. I'm not a political security expert, Gretchen. So I will leave that to the DFA. And we're closely in touch, by the way, also with Sec Tibotidoro and the DND.
Okay. Okay. Bukod po dun sa mga Pilipino po natin dito sa Israel at saka sa Iran, meron din po kasing mga na-stranded po pala in transit
Yes.
in Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Tell us more about that.
That's right. We have around 58 by our count, and hopefully the numbers won't increase. But 58 stranded in the major transit hubs, mainly Abu Dhabi and Dubai. So we've assisted 58, and 52 have come home. And last night, I got interviewed last night, and just right after that interview, I got the word that all 6 are also set to come home. So we'll complete the overall number of stranded workers who need to come home today. They will be home, so that will be 58 out of 58 home. And upon arrival, we provided them financial assistance as well. because they too have lost their jobs, at least temporarily. They couldn't push through. They are mostly, well, all of them headed for Israel and Jordan. So they were turned back in the transit hubs of Abu Dhabi and Dubai. So we helped them at the airport while they were still stranded, and then now set to come home. We're thankful to the airlines, at least those who funded the return home. And of course, the joint effort between our embassy, consulate, and our migrant workers office, DMW office in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, to prepare them for the trip home.
Okay, nabanggit niyo po yung Jordan, ano, hindi na po maaaring magtrabaho doon, yung mga Pilipino?
Well, right now there are no alert levels in Jordan, but still we are advising our citizens, our OFWs, not to proceed at this stage, given the situation. Israel and Jordan, as you know, there are also certain risks attendant to flying in those areas. So it's Israel and Lebanon. We heard from the DFA that they're braced to raise the alert level to alert level 3 in Israel. So between Israel and Lebanon, that would be a total deployment ban for both countries. And we've issued a travel advisory, at least an advisory for OFWs, not to proceed to Jordan at this time.
Okay, bukod po sa mga nabanggit po ninyo, no, para lang din sa ating mga kababayan who are still looking to work in the Middle East, but are being offered jobs here and there, saan po ang hindi na pwede, no? You mentioned Israel, you mentioned Lebanon, you mentioned Jordan being a high risk. What other places, is that limited to those three?
Well, last night also, I need to mention Iran. So the alert level in Iran was 2, and now it's also raised to 3. At least I heard as of last night. So in all three, Israel, Lebanon, Iran, there will be a total deployment ban. Of course, Iraq, nearby Iraq, has long been on alert level 4. So we are also preventing OFWs from proceeding there. Libya is another country where there is a total deployment ban. So these are among the places where it's not safe. You might as well add Yemen, alert level 3. And I need to mention far away Haiti, also on alert level 3, because recently we just issued a prohibition as well for OFWs, a reminder for OFWs and seafarers on ships that are docking or headed for Haiti.
All right. We wish you well in your journey to Jordan. Please do stay safe and get the Filipinos to safety as well. Maraming salamat for your time today and for those updates. We have DMW Secretary Hans Leo Cacdac.